na yene no edi enkomo anopai na dwuma dɔso enti yɛbɛyɛ no tentem na watimi akɔtoa so panyin na tena se so what questions be also ask and when the conversation is going WhatsApp number no 0598 988 686 0598 988 686 save number no now was send a message 0598 988 686 yebeshen komona se na yede ensemo a ehia efa national service ho nyina atoto mo anim sesia yeba yen start a conversation no openyi Felix Jemfi atnase dada na exactly 9:20 yento ensemo aka nyina nto atwi ne emra national service openyi anopai ye ma wakwa abada wasese ye to yen safre o ne enjoy ne affiliate nyina waba ye ne o edi nkomo
when you were for in action, Madam Watson said, my friend, in your partner, real year, and your friend, not just say,
I did.
Means me before me to crash.
Yes, here, Dawasi, Nano Mampenin, John Dramani Mahama, all year, ministers are foul, mono, all power, mohono. Or catch ba kuse o boni diano say I don't envy your job. I no pay the best starting is I don't envy your job because national service is one of the areas for years humanity and ansem so home. But so far I'm say by a few weeks in here. How has the office been? How has it treated you? What started on a positive note and I said blocks not starting facing with them.
The kind of met down with you for you now. Challenges or hope, but the US will be who say whenever there are challenges, there are also opportunities, and that is what excites me. Say on the 14th of February, 2025, me can't check Ghana for new man penny jom hamen na bosse. I feel samba be drew a senenu na national service in Koma ekoso honum no about different things. So wherever there are opportunities. There are challenges, there are opportunities, and that's what excites me. Openi say a buyer and Kasankasa say Mampeni my Akwanya Yedeba National Service on the 23rd of January. Say ni papa tenasene die enye possible ye.
Ujan tenase.
Dabi openi because utenase enye ye. In seminar yebeto ene service more thing. Efa the kind ghost names so and delayed allowance.
Right.
Omo ma ye adwuma abosom mi num. Ebi ho ansia o market you am and sana your payments omo payments and some ho asafra no about projects national service ho na nye aketua editua service persons nko anamo pe NSS san wo projects ofa o mamuni nyina different mea no wo projects ho so
and so better okay
na no so buy and ho asem no de NPP kra ewo abonte mama mfonte na ho so ya de ya asefem
okay
and also na see hwem ye meetings because I fear a woman say per se ye fu na your project enche na nso tobre na dru but you need plans bia ho ya meto nhye bia ho no mo
a project
ebe my ka say oh ye buy na no so say ye kwakoye nursery for our tomato project that we're expecting to do this year.
Okay.
Internet so tenacity TTM penin for no need my for na hwe kwan ye be fa so say ye ba be see match mu no. Since you unity a you ready for farming. Ni nyina ho nsem ho na say utenase. So ba adwuma no nso na wa pom e bia anadwodu baako because one yen say sabi enye.
Baby ananka me be kokra na was starting free no. Yeah, national service and so the national service original act of the 1980 no. Niamo mo stipulating e ultimu say yempanyin for no sabi sabre no nyansa omode troye sectors also mo call agriculture number 1 no mo call local government community development o share act na state military nyina na omode omo but say national service akwa say ya school ya post to obi timi ko ba bi na hwe ni ho okoye by ya post no. One important question what about agric so aduane ho short wo Ghana by a labor force over 100,000 people are be free school abano na ekom ede one of the projects our person agric and now is it possible to do a national service farm?
I'm a lucky person.
Okay.
Me too, because me medical juma or national service. I fear you remove 9 feet dunum. Me beto Yera Vincent Quagbeno.
Oh, okay.
But now the sin and so pa ne kuayo.
Okay.
Miami Abbey into your call Branham, your call Ejura,
okay.
Abusiakuta, your call Cherecon. Into not Satana Jumane man also.
Okay.
Sabi, Ufi Antoatana, NDC free abaimo.
Okay.
Machines to toy, any as I see a GGG, 200 plants, and I see a call other regions now can know. Sabi, a Diego, and no bar. In penny 4 more to see a normal hand over to us no. A year agreeing say almost be there, but it drew say implementation stage no. Na kwa basa.
Okay.
Na some kasa me see I can see I say me we ah. They be anani pa nyimini.
Okay.
Inti me pese omo mama bosome kakra. Na mo yen some trofo we there.
Yeah.
Mo amu be hu de besi.
Right.
We will go we would expand our maize farms. Me buy no. Within a matter of days, number power professors are more University of Ghana, great department. Someone call baby I be phone. And then I some of the call findings. I need the way forward, mommy. Almost say, oh, me mom Tuesday. I'm saying no. A Tuesday you're too far. Into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Famra. Na yen discuss na fe yen hu. Mako Ghana hajumaku super nchen say opani ye mamu national service idea mesro ye nyi musika kra mo so mo my machines ye fan simple ni ye nonsense sati nuemro enti enye sabi book asema me ba be tro ananse ye kwako ye meetings theories ni ade no practical na mo my America kra info ade mo be komo no mo gina kira mo hu akiri na secondary schools secondary schools, you're so well positioned. Almost say, almost teachers, almost great departments. Inti sabe, the any secondary schools never be no. Mo nipa benya gidie we mo say Ghana mebunu wo ampa. Na Ghana mebunu wo a eni se kom eden. Eni se aduane bo ye den. Eni se kosua bo edru. Say de be ya sabe kosua kwa no nya bi ntoni.
Endi.
Na eno ho asem ne de Mubehu enye ano na ebe den yede beka
nti enche Ghana for behu say national service personnel no omo ye ekuadwuma
yes
ado ebro wabo ebro so omo bedo ebro a ye behu
yes
ama ye di bi ni ahu say national service farm ni
ye obi ani ho a ohu adwuma ebe ya na dwene mu be no there will be doubt there will be no doubt
asase na wie
me ne wo ka say ye ne ahemfo mu akasa
right
and ansase ani edoso de da no ni nyina da so ho no
okay
yakwa kwaje about 20,000 acres e wo kumawu a aban free so ne mpenefo mu free so no mu ye adwuma ho de da sa asase ne da ho no na ye mpese be buoni pa no bebre wo fa akwa
okay
e so mu fa ka akwa adwuma enti no adenti na yemfa bin ko adwura adenti yemfa bin ko branam e ho de enim de da yemfa bin ko Cherecon yemfa bin ko Abusiakuta ansana other new areas ayeko me know because the original directors me buy good in the first few days no because mon pensas na say dear adwuma ye ba be ye no e brainy ho so far almost so many versus suggestions about say oh you bet me here we you bet me akwa
okay
and original national service regional directors say omo nya akwadofo omo de hia so mo fanya adwuma opening wan kasa ho bedwiro and na enya adwuma e say ye ba be national service fu bebre di omo ho odin bro sabe fufu ana kwaye no ye the machines and about be adwuma
okay
sabe panin na me pese me boni din sisi because we will sign an agreement sen kanya sa dia anka me boni din a wo be hu say the American
possible
yeah cry we
okay
because say Felix we need that so pa and I say anything we do about national service and I'm say me pese all secondary schools. When we are starting with about 80 this year, would have poultry farms. And now, I brand about coming in here, you know what? I buy now a tremono at greenhouses at the ma at Juma Kubi.
Okay.
So, I'm going to greenhouses in United and Ego. In Adia, yes, set up poultry farms in the schools, and I set up greenhouse just beside. you be do vegetables.
The 80 selected secondary schools.
80 selected secondary schools.
Okay.
You be do vegetables.
Okay.
Ne can me who say school no agric department. Na ebia nipa be say 100 no agric department. Ebia nipa ne mu du. Ebia na otwe bia mo be ko ebia baako.
Yeah.
Either say mo kwa prapra ho mo den nsuo kwa gugu ani so. Eno wo ye no be say 1 hour. Ofri ho anu aye den. Baako akotena dem akwa kosua wade.
Right.
Said the bear obi who say a kuyayo and I say so your poultry farmer no and no so a juma sebe which media to who so we school obey.
Okay.
See it me yes and national service na a dimu because a buying yuma a funny pamon we a juma no. Yen nyina yentimi nyeden enko.
Sir.
And no that many a branch be share no ba no ne ni bye. Na inkunti ye din komo kura wie inkomo dem busan say ana wo ye national service on dem ye wo animal research na say eh nti say wo ye dem so be a poultry farmer.
Wow.
Na so a poultry farmer 9 years because okoye the national service war animal research. Nti say if you start the people well so when you must start here you'll be surprised about the outcome.
Okay. Nti Ghana for we ye practicals yeah na theory na doson. Papa Felix Jemfi say national service no mo man no bre na on free so no ye be hu se ye yankasa ye youth no produce aduane a enkoye se ye office na ye soma omokwa. Secondly, another important thing so among for campa is as enkra no beba national service no a lot of them be free mu no na on share den sua bibia on share den nya sa spirit anenke so on fa meye nationalism no en share den ni omomuntin ke emfa omonko soja more no so for soja menim say no so yade because our act military part yade I will consider
national service adwen ho over the years say oh you better na tambia na ya nhyehye scale wo ho no ebo nipa ne ho.
Okay.
Me ne pani ko share say o my machines in fanya adwuma no si no omo a ombeko mfo mu nyina no ebi as part of the orientation 1 month bosume na ebi omonko for military training.
Okay.
So they be omo be nya sa discipline omo de be ba be ye adwuma no.
Okay.
Nti afidi ya ne say tambia ya orientation ye omo mu ya Greek omo mu ye science omo mu ye social science and the humanities in album.
Yes.
Afidi ya ne say ye be call colleges of agriculture differently. Ni ayo omo orientation differently. Na say okoye Greek na say Greek na opesa o ya ampa. Adrian would be free school but different from obi or yeah social science and humanities.
Okay.
Until right from the start, you know, ye mo be anya that was say uko kuyayomu a wo abrabo anase suban abrabo a opesa obo no ehun beba mfaso ama.
Okay.
Yes.
Na ohwe enkra na omo be ya waka mo de mo the will some person mo farming but a lot of them are people who don't want to work in that regard on white collar jobs. Orientation be na mo be ya man kra no secondary school and san tertiary hokra and san na maji atum say ye be kwa koye sa adwuma we.
Commercial agriculture here nipa bebre say omo nyina be kwa phone because machine na ye nwuma ne bebre.
Okay.
E dru ba bia machine eba ye be machine ye be dru ba bia se nipa ne ba ye be mani para ba. But what we are trying to create or what we are thinking about is the value chain.
Okay.
Sebe uye kuani se kusua na upa se layers na omutu kusua na ma eden na between that. So the value chain there have to be marketers.
Okay.
There must be people who are looking at using it to add value.
Right.
So they know aduane aton ni adni nyina wo dey bakery ni sa no nyina. We're going to establish that.
Okay.
Madam drew office. First they make office. Before I made drew office no. Na masma architects did that. So onko share your national service your fast food na man for top pie bebre o hono. Kwanya be fast food big boy be san ye be enough for.
Okay.
Because I have worked at national service. Na be your shop, fast food shop no one. The potential is so great that I feel say ye nyame hokra mboye. Esi ye nipa ombeko so what are two kwan kwa dan kwan ne so.
Adan yes.
Watermelons go as a
mango, watermelon. Yeah.
Why don't we juice them and then establish a market for people that we can send these to? That people having parties and breakfast meetings in Accra know that once you arrive at the national service, you have a very cold gallon, 5-liter gallon of either
Mango
watermelon
juice
or mango juice or something.
Wow.
That is a market that we would have to establish so that people will be certain in their minds that after having left national service, this is a pathway in life. If you know how much juice that we import in this country, there is no way that a Ghanaian who has done food science or beverages will not get into fruit juice production.
Right.
So these are things that it should be so clear in everybody's mind that these are solid pathways in life that we must embark on. We cannot all work in the office. This year, my agenda is that we'll have 50% parity into the private and public sector postings, meaning that
For the first time?
yes,
Okay.
meaning that we'll strive to make sure that people who go to the public sector to do very less work and have less experience will rather go into the private sector, which obviously we've all acclaimed to be the engine of growth, so that they can learn practical skills at the job place.
Okay.
I'm urging all businesses, regardless of how small or big they are, to come forth and take national service persons and work with them and impact realistic knowledge on them. There are no doubts about the quality of Ghanaian graduates.
Right.
What is left is the transition
From
to
school
to job market. And have real experience at work. I left Legon with degrees in English and history.
Yeah.
Before I joined national service, I have a firm that is making over millions of Ghana cedis a year. Of course, barring the government doesn't pay us early. I have people working for me who are engineers. I've worked with some of the brightest young engineers from KNUST and other places. Why don't these people on themselves and with character go to individuals who are building their own houses and begin to serve as engineers?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
We
the
are
point.
going to go into areas that will leave nobody in any doubt about the worthiness of the Ghanaian youth. Our streets
That's
are
1
dark.
year training.
Of course. Our streets are dark. Accra is so dark. You know what? So we sat down with some people within our first week, and then they've been so. When the name come out, you see, because these international agencies have regulations and guidelines.
Yeah.
Until you sign the actual contract with them, they probably don't like their names being mentioned now.
Right.
They are looking forward to giving our people trainings, PPEs, and all that. We are going to attach our electrical engineers to the work department of district assemblies, so that within an enclave,
They fix the street lights.
of course,
National service
of
for no
course,
betima fix
train
it.
them so that within there's a public lighting system within markets that are so dark, within alleys and paths that are so dark, we can boost night life so that the 24-hour economy we are talking about will be realized. We have a part to play, and it should be clear that the Ghanaian youth have to lead.
Okay. These are things that are very nice to hear. Michelle messages are Obiaye, wow. Because everybody has gone through national service. Obiaba, these are things that likely they will say. What are the stumbling blocks? Mamuntmin realizing Nema okay. Because if you do this, it will be a legacy.
I think it's leadership.
Leadership.
I think it's leadership. I have come from a very practical background. Me suba enye book as a book over there. But for everything that we're going to do in national service, there has to be a deliverable. There has to be a time.
Yeah.
Me buy na Jumaku amen person be mo now my national service $3.5 million, which is just for the first year. My $13 million contract signed. The money is there
for what?
Everything to go into agriculture to produce tomatoes, rice, soya beans, and then I think poultry.
$13 million contract.
Yeah, $13 million contract. Nobody came at $3.5 million contract. That $3.5 million contracts no my no. Sikanako meetings, training. This won't happen under me. Already the people who were going to go on the field last week with the professors, I asked them, what are you going to do? What role would you be playing? If you are not going to do anything, there's no way for you to travel all the way there.
Forgive me.
Yes.
Company Bine National Service assigned contract 13 million. Said national service should go into agric.
Yes.
Na Mbwa Ghana for now.
Yes.
3.5 million of that money sent to national service. Anchor grounds agric.
Well, it's
going to
ground,
meetings.
but there's no discernible value of the work done.
Meetings.
Yes, of course. And then the result is there. I think after some time. And then you're also working with partners like I said, there are regulations. If their name comes out so much, they probably get angry and just say, you know what, we are snapping the agreement.
Yeah.
So I'm mindful
of
what sort of conversation that we should have.
Right.
Of course, we've lost the first year, but we will not lose the next 3 years. The last time they did 10 acres of tomato, which is even doubtful.
Yeah.
We will do 70 acres this year. And I would invite you and your team to come and measure 70 acres of tomatoes and all that. Of course, I have sat down with them and then asked which type of tomatoes do we want to produce, what is the value. We'll plant these tomatoes and process them and get them in the market within the shortest possible time.
Do you have the equipment to do that?
Yes, there's a company that we are partnering with that is doing that so well already. So if you go into my office now, the only thing on my table is this tomato sample that they have brought. I would want that to serve as a reminder every day that I'm delaying and there's no time to get the other tomatoes from 70 acres to get in those bags. And when we are ready for it.
There is something that always comes up every time. National service. A bit more, but ghost names.
Yeah.
You mentioned it.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with this? Not Mr. Felix Jenfi be free office, you know. Yes, a national service. Say the ghost name bia.
No, dear. Me brawa. Now, when you have that sort of public office position, now President Tangasa assign will letter say, I've appointed you to national service. It's humbling experience. Now, me share President Mahama on one subai and then Niswadi Hunu. Na me kan se Ghana fo nyina me se Ghana fo nyina abo me ntwe ma fe ne kura ma enne me nam kwan so ameba. I've given this morning, I've given authorization say obi a will register for national service this year within your payroll so when you su Ghana card ye within film me man na wotwe sa na wotwe ne ba na se won fa Ghana card and member verify with registration status we are taking your name out. And that's about 5,000 people. Or more. Omudin that's womb. School are free by no. You need accreditation with the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. We are taking your name out. That's also another few thousands of Ghana citizens. Thousands of numbers. Nti national service and yes sense no anase systems in how to prevent fraud. Systems in our nothing beyond the penny for Mudi anymore. When it's what they saying, you know. So if you lead with integrity, there will be no issues. Well, there sabe ding and asema be me day magic be na baby ghost names and everyone. I'm coming to adhere to the regulations of the National Service Authority.
The projects that you mentioned say enuna odi weni basis to innovative projects, you know. Yes. Apart from farming, dear hina me fan say be very prominent.
I have mentioned that we're getting to
the street lighting,
yes.
Public lighting.
Yes, of course, and then also entrepreneurship for what I mentioned, our fast food area.
Okay,
we can manage
the juice here.
Yes, of course, and we can manage kitchens for public corporations and all that. Okay. So at your place today, here at Angel Broadcasting, if you are having party, we'll create a path that it will be cheaper to buy pastries for us than to go and buy from a certain hotel or something. We will deliver at international quality and standards because these people are people who have just come out from school.
Okay.
If you task them and with the right leadership, they will do it.
Okay.
And that will also serve as a training grounds for them for their own businesses a year or two later. And we need people, we need the quality and then the dedication of the leadership that will make sure these things happen. Okay. I haven't signed to change my chairs or the carpet or fix anything. I have rather gone ahead to tell the architects and other people that, you know, we need a new edifice that will befit the status of many of the best hotels in town. So that the people working there will feel good about themselves. If you are into bakery, you have some of the nicest machines that any baker will use anywhere. If you are working in the kitchen, it shouldn't be so warm that you get so hot and you begin to detest working in the environment. The world has changed. We are in 2025. We should think and act in a manner that let Ghanaians feel that the people who are working in hotels in Paris are no different from them in Accra.
Okay. If you look back into time, when did you occupy that current office? And For how long? And when do you want to move out from Usajech Nawoye? Because it doesn't befit.
Oh, you know what? That's what I'm saying. That say I buy Emami Krata 23rd of January, and I could take it over 24th, which was a Friday. Monday na me be Jumano. Na me many architects no ne the contractor are discussed that. Until you could drew hands and me drew honum.
Okay.
Me drew honum man measured that. Until say they make what you say. I'm a man in a hurry.
Okay.
Because and no dear, and yeah, dear any year thing. Until my starting APSA, GCB, any all our partners, somebody can buy me and chamber cash say, oh right, most of our transfer, no be here. I'm saying no. Most of my service persons were in change.
Okay.
So I space I baby create. Quantum pumu aka nam so anadwo awia anopatem bia. Aden na mo meboayen na yensi new kitchen yento new machines for our service persons.
Okay.
Na mo so mo ekwan ya mo sell mo product. Mo say no problem ni ho. And they see idea me train pa na architects no.
Okay.
So mo ban temo a opening obehu a different kitchen that will fit in the status of some of the best fast food areas in the malls, in the hotels. That I have pictures of it here that I can release.
The designs.
Yes.
Okay.
That I'll put out and everything. Because it's a low-hanging fruit. It's something that we can do.
All right.
Several other proposals have come forward. I don't need to sit down on meetings for weeks. Oh, any for oh, year make call until the me call Friday. No.
Meetings.
No. Yeah, can you see a bit to me immediately in Mr. Mumma?
Okay.
Because apart from kakrana, your word jumemua, ye juma bind your can. You know, your offer senum, yananum, be brave of fear. Or sorry, or to dummy, or no mataya. Opening Sawasha, Sabra Bono. Then I didn't public accuracy. Oshe, Ubia, and net wedding fear duno. Woman a bear say another 10 years. That's why near Juma and now when you're training now. Sebe, or couldn't penny for you so. A dear na abrabod at the
Okay.
So these are things that concern my mind right from the scratch.
Okay.
And I have been lucky. I know this country so thoroughly. I know every nook and cranny of this country. I know if the opportunities for people to work, they would work.
Okay.
So we're not going to limit it to only national service persons. If there are people who are in towns everywhere in the country and our farms are near, we will let them come and support us. That will grow food and then bring it to the markets, and we'll pay them some form of allowances for a year and then transition them into their own farms. Because having known that national service is growing plantain and then they are bringing it to the market to sell, I can also have my own farm that can grow plantain.
Okay. That's a good one there. Your name is Mr. Felix Jemfi, or Acting Director General for National Service Authority in Edin Komo. Now, boss, Mranti be Bri Tifie. Abranti BC were school or Tifie, were National Service. But 4 years in ye, when ye, you may be an your wait Masai beam.
Oh, I buy Sika Semlin and say Mats Aquino. And Bremono National Service bit me and after back. We are Sabis Abranti TV and came an opportunity, sir. When you're training with any of the projects American was myself in KP and can know any query and also no any farmer. We are going to spell out clear policies and regulations where people like him would benefit.
Okay.
So you bet me as I say, and I wish me see book a cra unko be umwa. Go and get in be umwa. Yeah, I bet me you need through your partners, I know your portrait side of the foundation. I know more judgments and more. You bet me man kukuni bi. Ne amount
more national service for no be man
Yes. Because the MasterCard Foundation provided 1.5 million out of the 3.5 million they give this year to anchor farmers in the name of national service to go into poultry farming. Now, the objective of the project was that people in themselves, the youth in themselves, would transition to become their own poultry farmers.
Right.
A country importing over $200 million of of chicken, and with the youth unemployment rates of about 14%, cannot be said to be importing this number of chicken.
Okay.
Whereas we have the people, so why can't we transition these people? So people like that can reach out to us and there are others doing it already. They can come for training. We'll recruit them. That's what I'm saying, that this year, the orientation that we'll give to people who want to go to the agric fields will be different from those that will go into other sectors of the economy.
Right.
This is targeted. This should be a deliverable. This should be clear that when you are coming to join us in our project sites, especially in the farms, we're going to transition you to a livable income.
Yeah. A lot of the things are what can be very practicable. You better say, yes, you know, better what you know what you mean. But my biggest challenge here, nipa we school we ni share we ye adwuma na nakatu ya so ntam mantem. Be a 6 months, 5 months, na national service complaining. How are you going to address that?
Opening and no say we need to form kakra. I think for the first time in so many years, in over 8 years, Ira John Mahama, Mampenia or Sia Oyo, Eya Debia, the Nigene Sebe, and we can't buy all national service for them. By NPP, you know what, Felix, national service for Intuo Moka. Now you're campaigning in us, Obitia, 10 BRs. The national service for more national service for market. I don't know market. We are saying delay. Into the actual people I see to your canon famra. Some of the bar opening survey because na or canaqua. Last Thursday, any of the figures no a comma the finance minister. Sabi me no kasi ujina na nice wa who figures na and no sign and also controlling accountant general. Me drew on a controlling accountant general a release letter. I said, Umuntua backlog a binding national service card from August, September, October, November, December, and January.
Wow.
Inti enra na bobe se no me ensano na omo a binding omo national service munyina yetua. Na me kan ededa e mampani John Mahama se ene yera ato forcing ene ye minister honorable George Payado. Yes, the cassia any Srenya Minshra Mum. Some Cosu Yenisa, and some Cosu Yenisa, a dear Ghana youth for Bedia so many Munyamno, almost a baby promontias any so.
Right.
And see, from a neco and Sida, at least Mampeni, Jomahama, Tia Conyesu, and Yamitiasi in Sida say, Bosumi Besson, now National Service Allowance, or no crown Tiasi. Because unim kwaya sebe you post to free had the cost sandema now to sandema o ma men o papa ni honum na se wo ye adwuma na se bosomi akatua kakra na e ba no so maya unim oye parents oye ja unim kwaya sa a date sa ho chere no bebra nti say why ye adwuma national service so sika maya ne de sune ye twem.
Okay. One thing Andra from your press conference and NPP say obe tumo enchine kakra ne say obi aba national service abi a program bi koso a good pa no wajai na fe corruption in niam bebre na ekoso. How are you going to ensure say agric public lighting system juice kitchen ya mo pesa mo ye say unni hwa obi beba o me cancel and o me stop na fe wasan ye niam abasabasa bi foforo.
Oh, no, dear. Opening, Mr. Rekan, a nipa subai, and a character said, yeah, dear baby, yeah, Ubi a baby who name for so I did bring my money now. Sir, Ubana sub, so mine tea, or mine who door, or mine who I drink in our BC so they are. As I will get your money here. May buy euros as be Messiano, Imprino. Many share or wonderful ideas. Sabi implementation na anya the anko yi.
Okay.
Men can't da say honorable SSB adwuma na obeto ye nam say onu na ye ni ntimi ba betwa so. And yes sabi na me kura mpo menim nyansa. Sika ya pa ye de adwuma yi. A de ba be adwuma on sabi o sensan krata na to.
Oh good.
Men so me ba be sign bi ato honom. Astatia ye ho adwuma. Obi ba mechia. Me expect say me ye honorable SSB di ono so be ne sa. Implementation of the project no anko yi said the no mo pe na ne mo anga so mo hwe mo chi am so I think ye ni say anka beboa ye ni say anka beboa but asrewa o chile ba no yi na ni ato nchen nti no enya ade a mema kwan amasa ade na se bi
okay
so me ko meeting na say ehun hia se me ko bi na say key persons ne no mo kwa me family nko che say enam so me name the director general nti mo science can be omo mo ko no na ma gibi Well, I'm sure it will come out, and then it's not fine. It doesn't define you. It doesn't say as a person with character that you spend money and then there's no deliverable for it. If you are a person of character and a sizable, of decent background and upbringing, it's not something that you should entertain at all.
Okay,
that's a petty corruption. That the sole objective of your involvement in projects is to take money.
Enra Oshe Nipa 81,885 and a ghost names.
Yes.
Nti saa sika ni nyina na aban tua ekɔ he.
Nobody can say the BNI or almost from NIB, any national security for young people has said we almost started here. Omampenia mamu akonya say almost started even an intensified phase to find out what has happened. Now, one national service that's what was the CID. That's about 98,000 people. If you put all of them together, they are on the field working. We owe them an obligation to safeguard their work in every part of Ghana.
Okay,
that we will continue to do. We will continue to work on our projects to make sure that they flourish.
Okay,
and the new projects that we are working on to flourish. That is a mandate of National Service Authority. We should separate that from the corruption or the criminality of other people.
Okay.
For all that they have done, the other mandated state agencies who are supposed to take them on, they will take them on whilst we do our work.
No problem. Finally, Oka say there should be a parity, 50% public, 50% private.
Yeah.
Na eboa youth no.
Yeah.
Obi bisa say our small business said they work can no here national service for. Also apply and to where?
Ontro to national service. But nothing be any probably thing. So we say small shop I be open national service. Kanshi Uber be jai or Juma where free or Kanshi. I drive all the way by so direct our meeting. Now Ubi away with Juma where jai about the best 3 hours. Next time Yakasa bra someone's time. Intimate consultants, it didn't come. A company be fast you be on board a lot of private sector companies.
Okay.
Come on board. Omo buy a boy because Busumi piano, scanner utuyama national service persons. We may move 40%. Sir, 20%. Sir, 20% need be and I'm saying fancy a kitchen, fan machines, be any jewelry, fan fruits.
Okay.
Anka achim. Yenfa bin koto
watermelon or ada.
Yenfa bin koto mango so many. Na omo ankasa nye. E be ban fa so ama nti every year piano.
Okay.
We will be growing. Okay. If your desire is to grow businesses around national service, it is not difficult.
Okay.
Often than not, the people who are at the helm make it look as if it is difficult, but I do not think so.
It's not. Finally, again, I will catch potential and our prospective national service personnel or more womb and obia or person or TB before the new national service under Felix Jemfi.
Opening me that's it. This year, I did about a national service. Didn't they say what be any ghost names? Say ne otimenka na say oni obia ye juma wo kwan bi so faso Emma unyeska bi anani se unyane ade enne no mesrew enne de ye twam jai ye twam ade ha adwen pa ba ko se menua maba betumu no afre me ka yam se Felix enne me wo service persons bia me pese oboa o mama u ka chebe no maka yo se Nestle de heading because nipa ka kram ba no ya post nipa ko hoda nti u ka chebe me se mens fa nipa nko kiten a e bedding. Okay, I say, okay, we work am say NPP be na fa na shema me na me hwede me. We dey phone to so no be after waka say first kakra bra, Nestle na open dia. Anya den kra me nyama. Sa de na twam.
Okay.
Mad say once I remain the Director General of National Service, there will be what people have termed as special posting.
Okay.
The people themselves risk prosecution. The service persons themselves risk not doing national service. If you pay money to anybody for for national service.
Okay.
I do not support that. I do not subscribe to that sort of behavior.
Okay.
Inti ommi nyina ye nya sabe so obana so ka say me sorry me hu ade ana say me hu ya me basa me fa won ko ba bia ana ye fa won ko ba bia e do be call ahokyerem.
Okay.
E be hwe ba bia ofi ben ye de wakwakoto.
No problem.
Na sabe nan kakra national service e ba be to say business. Manfo bi adane omo businessmen. Omo de omo ho mo say oh so the 2,000 ba obenya cocoa board we the 3,000 ba obenya Nestle start na twem.
Okay.
Enya de se Ghana ni bia de se unua Ghana ni ewie school obi a on starting year adwuma obi a on derive any physical immediate benefits o se tue scan sana ma say so suban na the hospital say oh and a bed ni ho ba ko tue scan dia na bed appear.
Okay,
so we are done with that thing.
Done with that. Thank you very much, Mr. Felix Jemfi, on the acting Director General of the National Service Authority. Also, omudi nye de nei, but on free ho na omudi asisa eno peso jano ho. Ohima we eje ebetwa so Angel Morning Show ye de besi aye nua Jerry Chatromo de saso ena Nicholas Bafo Benji Sak na Eben and for pockets and a team nina camera will be bedamos and a valze to move for don't na yemfa and chetri or my message is about for Mr. Felix Jemfi. Almost you sound good, you sound good. Maybe China, a Jumano, or Yavia, near Bedi Hong Kong, Yavadamas, Pano, Pay Semuti. Only my dear, I'm a painting, I'm from coming here.